because I'm kind of a hound dog for what happens here in this county, as I'm like, look out for things that might hit us in the future. In all the different bills, did you notice anything that might affect us in, you know, specifically, especially in the pocketbook that you can remember that jumped out? I even know Jason had a bill.
Yeah, his was vetoed too. His fiber bill was vetoed.
Is there something that, as for Valley County?
One of the best ones was the Good Neighbor Authority that allows the state to manage timber sales on federal lands. I think that was probably the best, one of the best, that one of the best successes that we had. That's huge for us. And I do believe that one got signed.
Yes, the governor signed it.
Okay, Good Neighbor Authority. So that should help with our forest management and smoke, hopefully.
As things come up and that would affect us here, we can make people aware so that we can be aware, so we can do the right thing.
I dream of having enough time to write a little essay on each one of the important bills, but
this is your constituency.
it's a dream.
I
do.
This is your constituency, right?
What about the issue of people from out of state receiving Medicaid?
Oh yeah, there's 3,000 of them. One guy in France. Yeah, well, that's DPHHS's. Again, I'll show you the bill. It's a muckmire of caca, in my opinion. And it's DPHHS's responsibility to do all the regulatory oversight on this whole entire program. And
How did it even happen to begin with? How did this?
well, maybe they had if they lived here at one point and had a a Montana ID, and then they moved away, well, they're collecting those checks. Ron.
On Medicaid expansion, I just said we had a lot of out-of-state people using it. Is there any way to show how many of those people had abortions on it?
That's a very good question, and there's been some scuttlebutt that some people are claiming that sex change operations and abortions are not included in the Medicaid expansion program. So I actually solicited the services of Jeff Laszloffy and the Montana Family Foundation, and they are creating a white paper on that subject as we speak. They were hoping to have it to me today to verify that we do in fact have abortion, taxpayer-funded Medicaid abortions and sex changes. He's very 100% certain that we do. He's got his constitutional attorney, Anita Milanovic, working on it. So that should be forthcoming. And I'll get that out to you guys by email when I get it. And from there, then we might, but I'm telling you, we can't find the cost on anything.
Do we have any chance of getting a Republican?
We gotta. We absolutely have to. We absolutely have to. Yes. Yeah.
Is there any way we can adopt Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Katie had her arm up.
Okay. Medicaid does pay for abortions, but that's because of the federal government under the Hyde Amendment, which it gets renewed annually. In our legislature, the federal government, NBC, they renew it every year, and under the Hyde Amendment, abortions have to be paid for under Medicaid for individuals that are, it's threatening the health of the mother, for incest or for rape. And that was actually put into play in the 90s by a Republican to try and control what was going on with the abortion bill. If people don't know, Roe versus Wade really is not an abortion bill. It is a bill that discusses privacy rights. That's what the ACLU uses every single time when they're getting ready to go after Alabama. Because every single state that has attempted to try and put major controls onto these abortion bills, the ACLU comes in and uses Roe versus Wade against them, because in each state constitution, it discusses privacy rights. And since Montana has the strictest privacy rights of all the states in the country, even the Montana legislature is having difficulty being able to fight that privacy right that was listed under Roe versus Wade.
And there's also a Supreme Court case a state Supreme Court case that plays a role in that as well.
It is
Ron?
genetics.
This is gonna upset the apple cart a little bit. Oh boy.
Yeah, we need,
Of the 20 Republicans that voted Democrat, how often? 60%, 85% of the time, 40% of the time? Is there a way to get an idea on that?
There is, we have some people that compiles the voting, and they use different criteria for it. I was appalled to find out that I voted yes 66% of the time, until I looked at, until I realized that I voted yes on all of our good Second Amendment bills. I voted yes on all of our good abortion bills, anti-abortion bills. I voted yes on anything that cut government spending. So that doesn't really give you a real good matrix from which to work. I looked at the members of the Solution Caucus where I was voting 66% of the time yes. They were voting 86 to 90% yes. Legistats, the people that put together the Legistats program, which is basically just your adherence to the Republican, basically it's kind of a herd mentality. If you're Republican and it's a Republican bill, and 50% of you vote together, then you're scored accordingly. I believe Glenda has asked those folks to come over and speak to you and expose some of that and explain it to you so that you'll have a in-depth understanding of it. But yeah, it was, I've been an A-rated voter all along. The Solutions Caucus, they pride themselves on being Fs, and they actually wore Fs on their lapel. And it was, in my view, just kind of a way of mocking the Republican platform.
This has to do with 2020, because in your view, you know that there's 3 or 4 very good possible candidates to be a Republican governor. And can you point out some things that we need to be looking at as to a couple of things they're going to collide about? I'll give you an example. You brought it up before, the Water Act, and then also maybe the compact and immunization.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Good question. I have endorsed Dr. O at this point in time. Greg Gianforte called me the other day, and he is expecting to get in the race. Prior to endorsing Dr. O, we had the conversation of what happens if Greg gets in the race. Because they're both very, very, very good men. I do think Greg has a much better chance of being our governor based on his name recognition and
About Central Committee.
what?
How about the Central Committee?
What about the
Who would they endorse?
Oh,
They can't endorse.
You can't endorse.
Don't
endorse before the primaries.
they can't,
Before the primary they come out?
they cannot.
No.
so Dr. O will agree to be Greg's lieutenant governor running mate, and I think that would be a phenomenal winning ticket if he's asked. If he's asked, and just talked to Greg the other day, and he said that he was going to sit down with Dr. O and talk about that again. And he said Dr. O was on the short list, and it's a very short list. So that's what I can tell you about that.
Okay, we really need to wrap this up, guys. So unfortunately, it was really great.
Thank you so much.
Information. Thank you.
Okay, let's do the 50-50, $31 to the winner.
All right.
Let's see which one was out of there. The number is 120, $31. 120.
130?
120. Is it Jimmy?
I'd like to make an announcement. This is the first contribution to Miss Manzella's senatorial run. First contribution for your senatorial run. I challenge all of you. No, what they signed up to Get your wallets out. Put your money where your mouth is. Right there. The seed money, come on. Bring some money up. Give him money
I'm out of here.
My sighting list. I don't know where it went. Got bogged down somewhere.
outside? Oh, yeah. She said he's called her too.
You have a copy? You have a copy? Okay, but I want to see
Didn't show up today.
And shows us how this filter and that is directly responsible for this clause in the jurisdiction.
Nobody does.
That's okay, just your name. Okay, did you guys sign in? No. I'm trying to collect people now. It's all over this car.
It's a lot more complicated.
Yes, exactly.
Are we all supposed to sign that?
Yes, if you can.
Okay.
I'm not trying to collect everybody. Yes, I should be there for the board meeting, yes. Yes.
I always appreciate your.
I think that's probably have trouble with oh, yes, they do. Yeah.
But you know, I don't know if this might's still be on.
It's off.
Oh, it is off?
Yeah, because you kept people kept calling you and had to restart it.
Oh,
And then you got messages and I wasn't even paying attention that it wasn't recording. The guy told me, it's not recording.
Oh, geez.
Wherever you sign. Oh, it is? No, I don't think so. Oh, maybe.